Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here. We're coming to you from Kalamazoo, and we are down here at the Radisson for the Michigan Works Association's annual conference. And a big part of that workforce development is the CEO of Kinexus, Todd Gustafson. Todd, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you, Chris. Always good to see you. Usually we see each other on the Mackinac Island at the policy conference, which is beautiful. Right now we're in the basement of a hotel, but Kalamazoo is nice too.
See, it's more foreign territory to you. I was sent to the basement a lot, so this is pretty comfy.
I can try to make myself comfortable here.
Okay. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about Kinexus, because I always like to do an ad for you guys. You do so many things.
Thank you. Kinexus Group, multifaceted enterprise. We have multiple subsidiaries, nonprofits, a charter school, a for-profit company, all trying to do economic and workforce development.
You know, an HR Collaborative is obviously one of those companies, the for-profit company that's there. Thanks for the introduction to them. Those folks are special. They really are.
Yeah, thank you. That's the company that we acquired last year that does human resources. We have customers all across the country, but that's primarily for mid to small-sized companies that need some specific subject matter expertise in the HR department.
Yeah, and they do a great job with that, and they help us a lot on the Michigan Business Network too, as a matter of fact.
I know the team loves coming on here, and you guys do great interviews, and they always get nervous, like, oh my God, what are we going to say? We've never done this before. I'm like, they're pros. They know what they're doing.
They're at a point now where they don't need me. They can just come on and do 6 minutes. So let's talk about what you're seeing out there in the field. I mean, our Future Business Index is saying what a lot of them are, is that talent acquisition and retention is still a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that we've got some headwinds, though, with the economy and some of the companies that we're seeing and working with, our customers or we're serving. They're waiting, right? They're waiting to make decisions with all the uncertainty. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and I've never seen so much uncertainty with the government sector in D.C. and now in Lansing, and also with the private sector, trying to figure out the tariffs and all the other things related, whether they do CapEx or hire, and then you've got the government sector as well, trying to figure things out. So it's a lot of uncertainty to navigate for everybody.
We've been doing our Future Business Index for 16 years, every 6 months, and it's the first time we've ever seen tariffs pop up on the obstacles to doing business.
Yeah, that has come up in regular conversations with almost every company. We serve all sectors, but the ones that we serve the most are manufacturing, healthcare, hospitality and real estate. So, I mean, it's across the board we're hearing it, shockingly.
Yeah, and the people problem is coming too from a lot of arithmetic. It's like we're losing more people than we're gaining.
Yeah, and I think Lightcast, which provides economic data, as talked last night, as you and I were...
Chris Laney.
Yeah, Chris Laney, who does a great job with Lightcast, but it's sobering data.
Yeah.
Like, wow, we have a talent pool problem long term that we have to figure out how to solve. Otherwise, these companies, they can't automate fast enough anyway, so we need more talent.
Yeah, we absolutely do. You know, it's interesting when you talk about that being sobering. Our last Future Business Index was very sobering. There were 3 things that were of interest. One was 6 months ago we said, do you think the recent presidential elections are going to help your business? And it was overwhelmingly 61% said yes. This time we asked the same question, it was 49%. Wow. So they're not kind of getting what they paid for. They're not getting what they expected. So that's causing, you're right, this constriction. Who goes outdoors when they're not sure of the weather? You know what I mean?
We're in that environment, unfortunately.
Yeah, we really are.
And do you hear anything about one that might lift, or what do your members say?
Well, a lot of it's going to be contingent upon budget, and that's particularly here in the state of Michigan. But what's going to be decided in D.C. has a lot to do with that too, because the uncertainty comes from what is the reality on Monday is not the reality on Wednesday. And you can't plan around that sort of thing. So nobody's putting a timeline on it. Here in Michigan, they're saying, yeah, it looks like mid-October before they really get anything settled. But we're not real sure where that's going to be.
Yeah, we see the same thing. And it's really difficult, especially a talent management plan, right? So how many people do you need? Do you have enough people? Are they trained with the right skill sets? Do we need to find more people? And so that's why I think the Michigan Work System across Michigan does such a great job. I mean, you've got 100 service centers from across the state that are serving people with pre-GED all the way to with people with PhDs. And a lot of that is centered around training and apprenticeships and getting the skills that meet the needs of the employers in Michigan. But as we saw in that sobering data again, like they need more people. We need more people, and the declining population, especially with the students, is really troubling.
Well, and here's two numbers that are not coincident. Unemployment goes up, and the need for people goes up.
Yep.
But nobody's hiring.
But nobody's hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poses a really difficult challenge for the Michigan Works System, if you will, because
where do we go?
Where do we go? We got to serve these employers, but they may not be hiring today. So we got to make sure we're getting the people coming through their doors that are getting the right skill sets. And
when we get running, have the certified kids ready to go to work.
That's why getting everybody off the bench into the labor pool is really important. The youth, the adults, and so.
It certainly is. Todd Gustafson, it's always good to spend time with you, bud.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. You guys do such a great job.
Well, thanks for the great job you do at Kinexus as the CEO, too. We're coming to you from Kalamazoo. We're here for the Michigan Works Association's annual conference. You're watching all this Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.